Hi Aries, this is your forecast for the month of May 2018. This is a general reading for Aries Sun, Aries Rising, or Aries Moon. For a more rounded overview, please watch your rising and moon sign as well. Now, the underlying energy is this Wheel of Fortune. And so what's driving everything is the ability to take a risk, to take a gamble, or feeling rather unlucky by what's happened. So you have some opportunities. There could be some positive changes where you gain an advantage. Maybe there's some luck. Maybe you advance in some way. Some opportunities arrive. Some improvement happens. And everything, again, is happening very quickly, perhaps more so than you're prepared to with that Knight of Pentacles. But you're making some progress. It could be a lucky break you receive where there's a positive turn of events. So you're changing the way you look at something. But again, remember, timing is an issue. You need to have a fresh perspective. You know, if the Knight of Pentacles requires that you are prudent, that you use your common sense, but you gain an advantage by moving on something. So how you react, your attitude, creates karma. It sets off the chain of events. Maybe there was something hanging around with that Knight of Pentacles, and then you make a move, you say something or you do something, and now something changes course. Now, this could be centered around the financial. Maybe you're dealing with some kind of struggle concerning finances, and you really dig your heels in and pull on that emotional resolve to move forward and get some things handled. Or perhaps there are some emotional issues that require your investment of some sort, and you're willing to do that. You are becoming very resourceful because you want that advantage. And perhaps, you know, maybe timing is off. Maybe you made a wrong choice somewhere back there. But that could have been the right choice, even though it doesn't feel like that. That could move you toward victory, especially if you take on more. It's not about whether it's fair, but how can we make some progress? How can we move this along? So if you take on more, you stand a greater chance at success. And this is going to be a month where you want to take charge. You're motivated. You're pumped. You want to make some changes. And those changes could really turn out better than you were even hoping for, especially if you're drawing on wisdom, your intuition. You're opening yourself up to higher source, and you're dealing with knowledge and the truth of a situation, and perhaps tapping into, you know, spirit for guidance. So your way to move ahead this month is to know what your strengths are. Know what your capabilities are and capitalize on those. That's what's going to help you deal with any challenges and overcome those. Now, you may feel a lack of commitment to something because it didn't work out in the past. Again, maybe you made a wrong choice. Things didn't play out the way you hoped. And so now opportunities present again, and you're running scared. Or you're like, I'm just not going to deal with that. It never pays off. But you have to understand that luck is working for you. Maybe you're not paying attention. Maybe you're taking it for granted. It's the small seed that is the catalyst for that change. And just know that this is going to be a month where, you know, the Seven of Wands says you're going to be dealing with opportunities and challenges. Sometimes they're not going to work out. They're not going to go your way. But they are going your way. That thing that falls through could be that blessing in disguise. Now, you have to make sure that you don't take that temperance and become excessive, that you go too far. You know, this wheel has ties to Jupiter, and Jupiter expands whatever it touches, good or bad. So you could be dealing with exaggeration, excess, Maybe you become impatient or you're not listening. Again, you're taking that Seven of Wands and you're defiant. You're aggressive. And so people make some suggestions to you or they give you some constructive criticism and you turn a deaf ear on it and you stay on this wheel that continues to spin. So this is about your confidence level. Are you pessimistic from that Knight of Pentacles? Are you motivated by that Knight of Wands? Your confidence is in question. Are you expecting too much where you're going to be disappointed? Are you selling yourself short? You're not giving yourself enough credit. So there's some changes that are taking place that are important for you this month. And much of this is beyond your control. You have these two major cards as end cards, as the driving catalysts behind events. So there's some spiritual lessons, and they tie into your endurance, your perseverance, or your misjudgment about a situation, your confidence to move forward, or your recklessness in decision making. Again, two majors, the Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. For some of you, timing is an issue. There are going to be some delays or there's some decisions that you should not be rushing. And it has to do with this gaining an advantage with, either changing a residence or moving forward on a project or being impulsive. You're going to have to temper that somehow and not be excessive. You're going to have to find just the right mix for a situation. And you're doing some kind of review, trying to gain an advantage over the lack of commitment or a challenge or something that drives your passion. It's some opportunity perhaps to travel, for a job offer, a relationship, to expand yourself in some way, whether that's physically or mentally or emotionally. But there is a lack of sensitivity during this month. There could be some coldness, a reluctance to emote in some way. That Knight of Pentacles, remember, he's slow to respond emotionally. And so you may just be, operating from your head. Logic wins the day. However, that may not be likely either because somebody could be illogical or irrational or impractical or communication is an issue somehow. There is a lot of fire in this reading, which speaks to being rash and impulsive. So there's a call to action, but you have to remain realistic in order to create that balance. There's movement, there's action, it centers around responsibility, and the universe is supporting you in moving forward and furthering some goals that you have in mind. But it's the practicality that's going to ensure that long-term success for you. And either you have some very strong determination to overcome some kind of challenge, or you're simply becoming consumed by some reckless behavior, some destructive energy. This is going to be a month, though, where there is change. There's going to be some swift change taking place in your life that centers around your passion, your creativity, and something coming out of nowhere. And the effects of this change could either be positive or negative. It just all depends. You may welcome this change or you may not. And it centers around some conflict that you're having between your head and your heart and something that you really want to accomplish that seems maybe monumental to you. And part of it could be that, you need to get out there and connect with other people. This is about your level of achievement, your ability to act as an authority or dealing with authorities. It's your focus on your place in the world and how you go about making that happen, whether it's destructively or positively. All right, Aries, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And you're welcome to join me on Instagram. Drop over to my blog for a daily post. And of course, you can always book a personal reading at thealchemistastrologer.com.